Hey, what's up, friends? Thanks for joining me for another yoga class. My name is Carly, and I am here to guide us today through a Vinyasa Yoga class. So we'll do a short warm-up, but we will be activating and using the whole body today, progressing through some Vinyasa sequences where we match our movement with our breath. So grab your yoga mat, blanket, or towel, get into a comfortable spot, and let's begin. All right, we're going to start on our backs today. I know, I love that too. So roll it onto your backs. Start to stretch out. Let your legs be long, feet relaxed, arms resting heavy beside your chest. Closing the eyes or just softening your gaze along the tip of your nose and starting to take a few intentional deep breaths into the body. With every inhale, picture your belly button floating upward as the lungs fill. And exhale, take a deep breath out as you hug the belly button in toward the spine. Connecting with the breath, the rise and fall of the chest. Doing your best to slow down and deepen your breath. And just simply notice how it feels to begin to drop into your body. Letting any extra tension or tightness in the muscles or in your mind go with every exhale. It doesn't mean that your body will magically be relaxed with a few breaths or that your problems will go away. But the sharpness and intensity of it all does begin to soften. As you connect with your body, you can set an intention or mood for your class, for this yoga practice, and how you wish to feel during and after. A few more breaths to anchor that into your body. Nice. We'll slowly begin to wiggle the fingers and toes. And then bending at the elbows, lifting up the hands, making fists and rolling out the wrists, the ankles, going both ways. Next big inhale, we reach the arms up and overhead for a good morning stretch. Lengthening through the whole body on the exhale, hugging knees into chest. Giving yourself a big squeeze, rocking side to side. Massaging that low back, helping your lower spine flatten into the mat. On your next inhale, open the arms wide, palms up. Exhale, take those knees over to the right. You can let your right hand relax on top of the thighs and start to look over to the left across your fingertips. Lengthening through the chest and collarbone, heavy in the shoulders, soft in the face. Good. One more big inhale. Exhale, looking back at center, left leg rises, followed by the right. Inhale, squeezing into a tiny ball, lifting the head to the knees this time. Exhale, relaxing back, opening those arms nice and wide, and lowering the knees to the left. Left arm can help anchor, and we'll begin to gaze to the right. Lengthen through the collarbone, heavy in the upper body, soft in the face. And deep in the breath. One more big inhale. Exhale, releasing back to center. And lowering those feet down to the mat. Good. Bring your feet in line with your hips and bring the hands down to frame the hips. Fingertips reaching toward the heels. Good. With an inhale, press your heels and arms down. Lift the hips. Squeeze the glutes, bridge pose. Exhale, slowly lower, feeling every vertebrae reconnecting with the mat beneath you. Again, big breath in. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Bridge pose. Exhale, release and lower. Soften the glutes. A few more times. Big breath in. Exhale to lower. Good. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. This is our last one. We'll inhale to lift. And exhale, we'll hold. Squeezing the tops of the legs, the bottom of the legs. You can walk those shoulders together underneath your upper back and reach the hands together. Interlacing your fingertips, squeezing elbows together, and then pressing firmly down, lifting the hips higher. If you would like an optional challenge, you can lift that right foot high. Exhale to lower. Keep the hips lifted. You got this. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, lower. Inhale, both legs. No, I'm just kidding. Release the hands. Slowly exhale the spine back down. Good. Separate the feet wide to the edges of the mat and gently let the knees windshield wiper left and right. Good. Feeling the heartbeat already. Breath steady and strong. We'll follow those knees over to the left or right and press ourselves up to a seat. Good. Draw your leg across the body. Inhale, lift the arms high. Exhale, reach across the lap, palms to the mat, head and shoulders heavy. If it feels better in your body, you can switch to a child's pose here. Inhale, crawl the fingertips long in front of you. Exhale, hands to the right. A nice side stretch. Inhale, back to center. Exhale to the left. And come back to center. Good. Walk those hands back towards you or just draw yourself forward onto hands and knees in a tabletop. Good. You can sit back on the feet for a moment and just roll out the wrists once again, going both ways. And then opening the fingers, making fists, shaking the hands out. And make sure that your fingers are spread really nice and wide here in your tabletop or any position where you're taking some body weight in the hands. All right. We're going to take some cat-cows. Inhale, let the belly fall, tucking upward with the tailbone, the head pressing down through the palms. Exhale, tucking chin, lifting the back, pressing hips forward, hands down. Good. Inhale, scooping forward and up. Cow pose. Exhaling under cat. Again, inhale, big breath. This time, squeeze those shoulder blades together, lengthen the collarbone. And exhale, the opposite. Separate the shoulder blades as you round the back. One more round. And exhale. Good. We're going to come back to a neutral spine. Separate those fingers once again. Tuck the toes. Start to float the knees off the mat, floating tabletop. Feeling a little bit of activation in the arms, the belly, shoulders. One more big inhale. And exhale, hips up and back, finding your downward facing dog. And take your time. Give your body a moment to settle in. Pedaling the feet, shaking the head yes and no. And then settling into some stillness. Tailbone lifting upward. Heels dropping down. Arms pressing firmly overhead. Good. Step your feet a little closer together here. Inhale that right heel high to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, step that right foot forward by your right hand, planting the foot down and lowering your left knee back, untucking the toes, starting to sink into the hips, knee over ankle. Inhale, big sweep of the arms forward and up. Exhale, sinking a little deeper if you can. Keeping that tailbone tucked under, heart lifted, knee pressing forward. One more big breath in, gentle back bend if you'd like. Exhale, plant the palms. Tuck the toes, lift the back knee. Exhale, step that right foot back. Finding a plank pose, knees lifted or lowered, your choice. Big inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, lower the body down, elbows squeezing the ribs, hips hovering. Slowly, gently place them down on tucked toes. Inhale up for a back bend. And exhale, release down. Tuck the toes, inhale, press your body up. And then exhale, hips up and back. Find that downward facing dog. With your next inhale, lift the left foot high, three-legged dog. And exhale, step that foot forward by the left hand. Lower that right knee down and tuck the right toes. Drop the hips low. Inhale, sweep the arms forward and up. Reaching through the arms. Exhale, pressing down through that left knee as the hips drop toward the ground. Heart stays lifted. Face is soft. Breath is deep. If you would like that little optional back bend, you can lean back for your last inhale. On the exhale, slowly drawing back to your neutral spine and planting those palms. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Exhale, step your left foot back to meet your right. Good. Find your plank pose of choice. With an inhale, press forward. Exhale, lower. Inhaling up, favorite back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal the feet. With an inhale, lift that right leg high. And an exhale, bend the knee, let the hips open up wide, looking under that right armpit. Pulling out that ankle. Inhale, straighten out. Exhale, step forward. This time, keeping that back knee lifted. Inhale up for a high crescent lunge, Vinyasa. Exhale, drop a little deeper into the hips. You can keep this left leg bent for more quad activation, or you can press back through that left heel, straightening the leg, deepening the stretch here in the front of your left hip. Big inhale. Exhale, let's plant those palms, frame the foot, drop the hips. Inhale, sweep the right arm up for a low twist. And exhale, lower. Good. From here, we're going to drop that back left heel. Toes are going to point to the left. Right hand stays inside this right leg. And then inhale, left hand high. Woo. Exhale down. Big breath in. Exhale, step that right foot back to meet the left. You can take a break here in a child's pose, a downward dog. Pause the video. Or we'll keep flowing, inhaling forward, exhaling to lower. Inhaling up, favorite back bend. Exhale up and back, downward dog. This time inhaling left leg high. And exhale, bending the knee. Letting the foot drop toward the hips, knee pressing upward, gazing out under that left armpit. Inhale, straighten the leg, square off the chest, and exhale, step that left foot forward. Plant the foot. Inhale, press up, high lunge. Exhale, dropping deeper. Taking your time. Left leg can be bent, stacking your right heel over your right toes. giving you more action to spring forward or pressing back through that heel, dropping a little deeper. Exhale, lower the hands. Good. Inhale that left hand high for a twist. Exhale, lower. Plant the left hand inside that left foot. Drop the right heel. Inhale, right hand high. Exhale, lower. Big breath in with an exhale. Step that left foot back. Take your vinyasa. Forward and down. Inhaling up, favorite back bend. This time, let's exhale back to a child's pose. Take a breath or two. As your body heats up and the intensity builds, it's a good time to reconnect with that intention, that mood, that anchor that you set for your mind. Just like any moment in life we feel challenged, it's good to come back to our center and our mission. So take one more big breath here. Big exhale. All right, let's go. Once again, inhaling forward tabletop, tucking toes, lifting hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale that right foot high. Exhale, open the leg, the hip, let the knee bend if you'd like. Maybe you take it all the way over, wild thing. Lifting up through the hips, right arm reaching up and overhead. Slowly lowering down, planting the right palm, taking your time, returning to that three-legged dog. And then exhale, stepping that foot forward. Good. Once again, lower that left heel just like we did at the end of our last sequence. And then inhale, cartwheel the arms high. And exhale, sink deep into that front hip with a bent knee. Arms reaching far apart. Shoulders squeezing together, opening the heart. Good. Looking a little deeper. On your exhale, let's reverse. Left hand to left thigh. Right arm up and overhead. Exhale, forward. Inhale, both arms lift. Bring the right toes forward. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Let the body sink into the hips here. You can bend opposite knees or keep both legs straight. With an inhale, press up to a tabletop of sorts, hands under your face or on a block. And then exhale, toes start to point out. Let's drop into a big bend in that left knee, walking the hands back into skandasana. So your heel can come off the mat or stay on the mat. Left hand can come down to fingertips or a block. Inhale that right hand high. Good. Exhale, lower that right hand down. We're going to walk ourselves back to the top of our mat, coming back into a lunge. And then exhale, stepping that right foot back. Take your vinyasa or your resting pose. And we'll meet back in that downward facing dog. Inhale, favorite back bend. Exhale, back, downward dog. All right, y'all, last flow, last side. You got this. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip, gaze under that left armpit. If you would like, take that foot all the way over, catching on your toes, straightening through that right leg, hips lifting, arm reaching overhead. Breathing and then slowly coming out. Take your time, three-legged dog. Exhale, forward. Big step with that left foot. Slowly drop that right heel down. And then inhale, cartwheel up for our warrior two. Exhale, big bend in that front knee. Start to open those hips a little more. Maybe scooching your way deeper into the stance or shortening it. Arms open wide, shoulders squeeze together. Big inhale. And exhale, reverse. Inhale, back up. Exhale, hands to hips. Start to point that front toe, chest facing the right. Exhale, back into your wide-legged fold. Spend a few breaths here. Taking the same variation or alternating. Maybe if you hung heavy with your arms overhead like I am now, like a rag doll on the last side, you could try taking your hands, if you can reach, to the ankles, using this bind to help pull and tug your head toward the mat, or even wrapping your peace sign fingers around your two big toes, bending at the elbows, lifting them out, and tugging your head and chest down. Nice. Release that, inhaling up into that tabletop shape, hands beneath the face. Start to point the toes slightly out or heels step in. Exhale, big bend into that right knee. Dropping into skandasana here on the right hip. Good. Balancing with that right hand. Inhale, left arm open. And exhale, down. Let's walk back to the front of our mat. Back into our low crescent lunge. Exhale, step back. Last vinyasa here. Inhale, flowing forward. Exhale, lowering down with control. Inhaling up, favorite back bend. And exhale, downward facing dog. Let's walk those feet toward the hands. Coming into a forward fold. Bending the knees, straightening the legs. Wiggling slightly in the sides or enjoying stillness instead. With a big inhale, let's bend the knees. Bring your belly down onto the thighs. Use this exhale to slowly roll up. Inhale, big circle out and up with the arms. Palms touch overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Take a moment to find your center once again. Feeling the weight of your body rooted through the feet. Inhale as you stretch upward another inch or two taller, lifting and lengthening through the body. Exhale, hands down. Big inhale. And exhale. Inhale, breathe the arms up, step the feet wide. Toes pointing outward. Exhale, let's come down for a squat pose or malasana. Looks like this maybe from the side. From the front, your feet will be wider than the hips, toes pointing slightly out. As low as you can go. If you'd rather, you could come here instead. Get a few little spinal twists. That might feel really good. Or bracing your elbows against the inner knees. Sitting up nice and tall. Taking a few breaths. And slowly, safely coming down onto your seat. Good. Let's windshield wiper those knees once again, side to side, just like at the beginning. Good. From here, let's bring the feet together. Grab onto the toes or the ankles for a bind. Inhale, let's stretch and lift the heart upward. Exhale, chin into chest. Roll your head side to side with the breath. Getting this nice neck and shoulder stretch. If you don't feel anything, you can sit up a little taller or lean back into the arms, making sure they're not bent. Slowly, we're going to come back to center, inhaling the chin, lifting up, stretching up. And exhale, we're going to pull our way down into a nice stretch. Here you can take the elbows, furling them outward like wings and pressing them down into the knees to help you deepen the stretch if you'd like, skipping it if that does not feel good today. Keep breathing, a few more rounds of breath. And we'll slowly release that, coming back up. I'm going to stretch the legs out long in front of us, heels to the top edge of the mat. With an inhale, reach up, make this L shape with the body, engage through the tummy muscles, back muscles, legs. Exhale, fold over into a forward fold. And no matter what your fold looks or feels like today, just keep breathing into it. This is one of those poses we tend to evaluate our progression or status in our athleticism or flexibility. And try to just breathe and soften. If you need, make some space between the feet. Yeah, that probably feels really good on your low back. And slowly walk those hands up the legs. And take one more big breath in as the arms reach up. Exhale, the hands come in front of us to counterbalance. Good. We're going to make contact with each of our vertebrae nice and slowly on the way down. Until we come onto our back, we'll breathe those arms up and over once again. And then exhale, knees to chest. Good. I'm going to straighten through that right leg. Hug that left knee in tight to the chest, rolling out the ankle. And then exhale, drawing the left leg across the body to the right side as that left arm opens, taking a deeper twist. And then on your last exhale here, we'll slowly come back to center. Knees back into the chest, low back, pressing flat into the mat. Balancing the hips. And then here we'll straighten out the left leg, squeezing the right leg in tight to the body. Rolling out that ankle both ways. Good. Inhale here. Exhale into your twist. Left arm helping that right leg around the body. As the right arm opens, gazing out across those right fingertips. And staying in the breath. Noticing how you feel now as you hold stillness with less effort and all of that dynamic movement and breath. Still finding the challenge, still finding the ease and flow. One more inhale. Use this next exhale to come back to center. Hugging those knees into the body, balancing those hips. And then if you would like, we can take our final pose. One of our yoga favorites here is a happy baby. So the knees come apart, wider than the hips. You can keep those feet heavy toward the hips and just bring your hands to the front of the shins. Keeping your low back flat, you'll just start to hug onto the front of the shins or the backs of the thighs as you open the hips for this nice stretch. Happy baby, we just extend those feet upward from the same shape and grab onto either the backs of the thighs or bottoms of the feet. Make sure that you are reaching inside the knees, not outside the knees. Then you can rock side to side like you're a happy little baby. You can extend one leg and then the other. Make the movement yours. Find what feels good. Slowly releasing when you're ready. And extending those legs out long and flat to the mat. Oh, it feels good. Good. We're going to shift our way into our final pose here, Shavasana. If you're at home and you have a wall that you would like to prop your legs up against for some additional decompression and relaxation, you can do so. Otherwise, extending those legs out long and flat beneath you, arms beside the body, palms facing the sky or ceiling. Collarbone is long, shoulders sort of tucked under the body. Good. Taking a few more breaths as we soften the face, the skin between your eyebrows, the scalp, the cheeks and lips. Letting your tongue relax down from the roof of your mouth. Softening through the throat, down into the belly, the palms, the glutes, hips, and toes. Even the breath, letting go here of any effort, any movement, and just falling deeper into this resting, still point. Or finally, the body, breath, and the mind can be still and one. We'll begin to breathe back into the body. Take a deep breath back into the body. And a gentle exhale. Starting to wiggle gently the fingers and the toes. Letting the head fall over to one side and up and over to the other. And sending your awareness to your palms. Just noticing if there's any sensation present here. As you connect deeper to your own energy, and then taking those hands and resting them somewhere on your body. As you share and extend that energy back to yourself. So often we are ready to give to everyone else, and in our practice, we're just filling our cup, taking our own internal temperature check and trying to balance out anything that's feeling out of sorts. Help you feel a little more balanced. Let's take another big stretch, arms up and overhead, pointing out through the toes or heels, and exhale. Exhale those knees into the chest. Coming onto your right or your left side. In a fetal pose. Noticing how you feel, if there's been any change or shift in these last few minutes. Calling back to mind that intention that we'd set. And when you feel good and ready and connected, let's press ourselves back up into our seat. Coming into any comfortable, easy pose. And just spending a few breaths here, noticing how we feel, if there's been any shift. Hands to heart. Thank you so much for practicing with me here today. Hope you're feeling relaxed, grounded, but focused, alert, and energized. Thank you so much for practicing yoga with me, Carly, here on my channel. I'll see you next time. Namaste.